Zone at 91.3 presents The B-Side.
Dan Gunn, man.
Hey, Dylan, how's it going? Hey, Jason.
Hi, Dan.
Hey.
Welcome back from Austin, Texas, South by Southwest, representing Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. What do you have for us, man?
So this year I didn't go and represent us at all. I just went.
Oh, thanks.
I went and just walked around. Although I met with a lot of cool people and told a lot of people about Victoria. But so there's film, there's music, and there's what they call interactive. Some of these stuff I saw. So starting at like things you might see in the real world soon. I went to the Mercedes exhibit, and they had like a lot of their electric cars and their virtual driving cars or their self-driving cars. And so I saw a great new AMG that's coming down the pike any day now, and it was testosterone in a green shell of a car that looked
That's
beautiful.
what AMG means.
That's right, yeah, testosterone in a car shell. But right beside it was a van, and it had no windows, and you couldn't it had no doors, it had no window. Well, it had doors at the back, no steering wheel, and it was like one of those Mercedes Sprinters, that everybody uses for a delivery vehicle. Well, this is the next delivery vehicle. No driver. It just goes to where it's delivering something. You're gonna think I'm making this up. In the roof is a built-in drone that actually picks the package up and it flies it out of the van and then drops it where it's supposed to be dropped, and then it drives itself back, flies back to the van and locks itself in, and the van drives away.
Wow.
There's a Black Mirror episode where pizza delivery is exactly what you just described, and it murders a person.
Unfortunately, I got out in time.
Yeah.
Smart Car was in the Mercedes exhibit too, and they had a smart house. Tiny houses are a big thing. So Smart makes them. It was so I would say it was probably about the size of like 5 smart cars long by like 4 smart cars wide and like 3 smart cars high. This like a sea can kind of size, and it had a beautiful bathroom and kitchen and living area. Like I definitely could live in there. One person, but most when you see tiny houses, you're like, oh, how's that work? And now they're building these in a factory, and it's like, how many do you need? Like, you just buy your property, and then they drop off your houses, and then you can put as many in as you need. And it was affordable, and it was energy efficient, good for the environment.
Right.
So that was really neat.
And it's German built, so it's going to work and look pretty good.
Yeah, I saw, because offices, you're always trying to build walls and stuff and figure out how to go. I saw rolling offices, so like a diner booth, but it was enclosed in a cube, and it had like a TV and everything built into it, and then they could just roll it in the office. We need a private meeting. You kind of roll it to where you want to have it, and then sit down and have it, and then roll it out of the way like this. And one person could move it in and out of the way.
Well, I'm going to take that to the next level and just have a rolling office. Okay, I'll meet you at Stanley Park in 15 minutes.
Just pedal it down. Yeah.
Where do you work? Right here.
Right here, right now, baby.
I saw robots have a lightsaber battle. So there was a game of rock, paper, scissors, and you would push the button, and then whoever won the rock, paper, scissors, the big robot arms would come out with their lightsabers and bash around. And
were they real laser lightsabers?
No, they were just
boring. Moving on.
Yeah, next. And then I finally started to understand how augmented reality and virtual reality are going to change things. I could see what it could be used for, the good that it could be used for. You could just have a sit down with your family, even though you're not in the same city, that kind of thing. I could see the human elements of that.
So weird.
There was a performance by an orchestra where while the orchestra was playing, an artist was using augmented reality and was walking through the room and was painting the room to the music, and then you could watch it after to see what they saw. But if you had the headset on, you could see actually what it looked like in the room as the artist created it around you during the event, which got me thinking about all these bands that are touring and how amazing their shows are getting. That there's a lot of environmental impact to all that touring and all those tickets and all those venues and all the fees that go along with that we're not far away from you being able to put on a thing and pay $20 and go to your favorite whatever show and feel like you're right there in the room. But not only are you right there in the room, you don't have somebody behind you singing poorly. You don't have somebody in front of you talking through the whole show. You don't.
I don't want to go down this wormhole, but that is actually one thing that genuinely concerns me.
Yeah.
About augmented reality. Is that people just aren't going to go to things anymore, because why would you? And that's not just concerts. That's sporting events. That's all of it.
That's life.
I don't think so. People will always crave human interaction, and going to those events, half the fun is seeing the band, but the other half of the fun is being with your friends, having a beer before you go, all that kind of stuff. You can't do that with it.
You're right that there are going to be some. I think there's going to be a real divide that takes place. There's going to be some people who plug in fully, and there's going to be some people who would reject it fully. Where like the Luddite rebellion of like no technology and how it's going to damage society. And a lot of the talks I went to, I sought out talks on this, was on design ethics. Just because in technology we know how to control your dopamine. We know how to like hit you with blue light to keep you awake. Like Netflix says, their number one competitor is sleep. Right? Like just because we know how to do that, the designers were there saying like, we need a code. We need to decide what we can and can't do to people. But what you will be able to do with augmented reality, I think could be really fantastic. I think the ethics is the next part to work out. But what I did see was things that drive themselves, lightsabers, robots, cool art, and people actually talking about the impact of what they're doing. And so for me, I got more out of this South by Southwest than I have in the past.
Well, thanks for going down for us, buddy.
Yeah, my pleasure.